Hello and welcome to Dave the Suit's Horses for the Notebook. It's a series I put out every Sunday. Horses that viewers send in that they've seen which have been unlucky in running, or the jockey's plain not tried hard enough. Got 4 for today, so let's crack on. The first one was sent in by Les. It's a mile 6 race at Goodwood, and the horse in question is called Nightswood. Here's the race. This is a mile 6 race at Goodwood, and this was sent in by Les. The horse we're interested in is in stall 3. It's called Nightswood. Let's have a look what happens. Comes out of the stall a little bit awkwardly. Goes to the rail, and it's last at the moment. Mile 6, not too bad. Keeps to the rail. I'm going to fast forward this because it's a long race. Because I had to check it up once. The cut-off comes, is actually going slightly backwards. Now he's going to try and come up the inside, and he's got no chance whatsoever. It's full of running. Look at him. It's full of, these are all rowing. He's full of running, look. Absolutely full of, nowhere for him to go. He's trying to find a gap. He's just getting him, oh, everyone's come across him there. And now he's like 4 or 5 from the back. Nowhere to go. Nowhere to go. Now he thinks he's seen a gap, look. Look, he shoots through this gap. Bit of a gap. And there's still, when he goes, comes to off the rail, onto the rail, still nowhere to, snatches it up slightly there. Horse is full of running, absolute full of running. And all roads were closed that day. Let's have a look at the horse's form. So this is the race, 3rd of August, 1 mile 6 at Goodwood. Class 2. Line the Stars 1 of 99. And here's Nightswood off 88. It's a 5-year-old. Not clear run, repeated, lived from over 3 out. I would say it was even further. Headway went in the clear. He doesn't mention him switching it out and then switching it back in again. Keeping on when short of room, final 110 yards. Ooh, eye catcher. Jockey said the horse, the gelding, was denied a clear run in the concluding stages. I would say repeatedly. Let's have a look what the horse has done. Reasonable strike rate there, 4 out of 19, 3 seconds, 2/3, which is 9 out of 19, win or placed. Let's have a look what it wins off. It's won off 78 and 80. It's quite lightly raced actually, 22 runs. That was only its 2nd run over a mile 6 on good to firm. Everything looked ideal for it. Nightswood, 1 for the notebook. Well, as you can see, got in all sorts of trouble there on the rail. There's a lot of hard luck stories at Goodwood. It needs to find another mile 6 race, I would argue. It didn't have a problem with the trip. It didn't have a problem with the going. And it looks ready to win. Charlie Johnson's the trainer. Not as good as his dad was, I don't think. The second horse for the notebook. I went to Pontefract the other day and I saw this run. And I thought, I'm going to put that in the notebook. Here's the race. This is Midnight Thunder coming out of the stall 1 at Pontefract. And look at this. It's practically walked out of the stall. Let me rewind that. Let me rewind it. I mean, look at this. It's even awkward out of the stall as well. I mean, what's he lost there? What's he lost? Got to be 6 lengths minimum. Joe Fanning was on it this day. Now he's making up the ground slowly. Making up the ground. So he's had to come wide. It's 3-4 off the rail. And this is the bend at Pontefract before they hit the straight. Now this in the green being pushed and scrubbed along is the eventual winner. End of Romance. A lot of women. It was Ladies' Day at Pontefract and a lot of women backed this horse. I think they're all divorcees. Got a whip there. Then he gets a whip here with the left hand. Now he's not touched. He's not touched at all. Midnight Thunder just pushes it. Lets it do what it wants to do. Just shakes the reins. This has been whipped and pushed and whipped and pushed. Comes up and wins length and a half, length and 3/4. But he never, ever, ever touched Midnight Thunder. What you got to remember, it lost 6 lengths at the start. The jockey ran wide with it around the bend. He was always at least 3 off the rail. And he gave it a very good introduction at a very, very, very stiff 6 furlongs at Pontefract. Well, it's Sabine bin Suroor's Midnight Thunder. And I think it did really well. The jockey didn't lay one finger on the horse, he didn't even see the whip. And he was okay that it got beat. That looked like a prep run of some sort, maybe long term for next year. So I would definitely put it in the notebook. You can put in your notebook how long you want the horse to be in the notebook, whether it's next time out, 3 runs, 6 months or a year. I think that could be a long-term one. Here's the third horse for this week, Key to Kotai. This was sent in by Rory Sheehy. And my apologies, Rory, in the comments section when you put this one in, put this one forward, I did say, I think I know the horse, it's a Dodger. I was thinking of a different horse. Here's the race. It's over, it's at Haydock on good ground over just shy of 7 furlongs. Got out a little bit awkwardly. Switched it in there. He's managed to cop the rail. Managed to get the rail, which is good. So he's done well from what was a mediocre draw to get the rail. Here he is on the rail, hugging it. Like he's got super glue. Now he's got problems. He's running out of time. He's got the rail all right, but he's got a couple of horses on his right, 3 horses on his right. He's having to ease it, look. He's having to ease it. He's trying to find a gap to switch. We're at the 3 pole now. The race is not far, 660 yards. He's searching for a gap. There's nowhere for him to go. Does he squeeze through? Is the horse break? He might squeeze through, but there's another horse in front of him. It's full of running. It's absolutely full of running. Nowhere for him to go. They're all whipping. Look at this. He's pulling it out now. Gets a bit of, loses momentum. Gives it a slap. The race is gone, has he? Pushes. 4th. Beating a length and a quarter, I'd say. Very, very unlucky. Very unlucky. Let's have a look at the horse's form. So it was a fillies handicap, class 3, 0 to 95. The winner was rated 83, Sunfall, trained by Agus. Haydock, fillies handicap. And here's Key to Kotai. Ed Walker, Paul Mulrennan. Let's have a look at what it says. Towards rear, jockey dropped the whip soon after start. I thought it was a little bit awkward after the start. Took keen hold after 1 furlong. Headway over 2 out, soon not clear run and waited for room. Switched right and in the clear inside final furlong. Kept on, did well in the circumstances. Jockey said the filly was denied a clear run approximately 1.5 furlongs out. I would say it was in a bit of trouble at the three furlong pole. It ran in a listed fillies. Came second at Carlisle. Let's have a quick look at that. That looks decent form. The winner was rated 105. Well, I think you'd agree that looks like a definite future winner. Cop it in the notebook. Here's the last one. It's a late entry. It was only sent to me on Friday, but I'd only got 3 suitable for this series. I've put it in. I managed to squeeze it in. And this ran at Ripon on Monday, and it was sent in by 8 Dudek. And the horse in question is called Secret World. Looked a difficult ride. Here's the video. So this is Secret World. It ran at Ripon over just shy of a mile 2. 1 mile, 170 yards. It was sent in by 8 Dudek. It's the one in the silver colours, the grey horse. So Joe Fanning was on it this day. He's looking for the rail. He's found the rail. Let's fast forward this a little bit. Now, what I want you to look at here is the horse is hanging into the rail. It doesn't handle the corners very well. It seems to be cajoling it almost. So he's on the rail. You've got half a mile to go. The horse, I'm not so sure about the horse handling the ground, or maybe it's the undulations. It seems to be racing awkwardly. He's pushing it there to go up the inside. Now watch this. It seems to get intimidated by the other horse, or is it squeezed out, or maybe both. But he's having to wait again. He had to snatch it up a little bit, having to wait again. Now he's pushing it a little bit to go on. Then he's going to switch it round 2 horses. Gives it a little tap there around the neck. And the horse runs on quite well. There he is. And he snatches second, I think. I'm not so sure it liked the course. It did appear to run green, but it didn't like the bends, and I don't think it liked the undulations. Looked a very awkward ride. Let's have a look at the form of the horse. So there we have it. 1 mile, 1 furlong, 170 yards on good ground at Ripon. A 0 to 80 for 3-year-olds and upwards. Now the winner was It's the Boss, rated 74. Let's have a look what they've got to say about Secret World. Towards rear, but in touch with leaders on inner. Some headway when hampered against rail over 2 out. Switched left and in the clear 1 out. Sun ridden. I don't think he rode it that hardly. I don't think it was ridden hard. Kept on well and went second towards finish. Finished 3 to 1. Another one of Charlie Johnson's. Let's have a look at its profile. So it's not had many races, but its record on turf is not great. 7 runs, 1 second, which was that one, and 2 thirds. But on the all-weather, 2 runs, 1 win, 1 second. Let's have a look at its winning profile. So it's running off 71. Did he get punished for that race? Oh, it won't have updated yet. Winning profile. It won a maiden fillies race. Difficult. I mean, that was over a mile 2. Prior to that, basically 7 furlongs and a mile. So it was its first step up in trip. It stayed. There's no doubt it stayed. The ground, though, I mean, good. Doesn't like good to firm by the look of it. Good. Maybe it's an all-weather horse. Ran okay there at Carlisle in her novices. It's lightly raced. They'll definitely find a race for it. Probably over a mile too. Probably over a mile too. Maybe about a mile and a half. Mile 2 race. Let's say a more friendly track that hasn't got as many undulations. I don't think it handled the track, but I'm not sure it handles turf. Definitely one for the notebook. Maybe on the all-weather. Secret World. I think you'll agree the horse looked a difficult ride. Ran a bit green. Different track, I think. I think that was its first try at a mile 2. Looks to have got a bit of a future if it can learn to settle. So that's the end of this week's Horses for the Notebook. Last week, I mean, we had some tremendous winners from the notebook. I know a lot of people backed Max on Friday in the last race at ADOC and got all sorts of prices. 12 to 1, it SP'd at 9 to 2. I myself played along at a lot bigger price than 9 to 2. It's not up to me to remind you. I know one or two people do post them in the comments section. That's up to you. You're welcome to do that. I don't tip Horses for the Notebook. It's up to you if you want to play. Keep note, put them in your notebook, put them in your tracker. Don't just back them blind. But last week was a very, very successful week with 3 winners at decent prices. So if you see a horse that you think's unlucky in running, maybe the jockey wasn't trying hard enough, put it in the comments section of a video. Put the horse's name, where the race was at, and the time if you can. This is Dave the Suit. Let's hope for a good week ahead. As good as last week. Horses for the Notebook, maybe. Bye for now.